Okay, check. What time is it? 22 minutes to go for the open. Not good. Yeah, until I can figure this thing out, we'll just kind of run the dual screen. All right. KSS seems to be the hot one right now. Bathroom break early at 8:57. Maybe not the best idea. I basically missed the whole thing. Bro, classic bathroom break. But there's like nothing. I mean, we did kind of had PLRZ a little bit, HTOO, but the pre-market was pretty much dead. The pre-market was dead up until 9:06. Looks like this one started. Not bad. I did restart my platform. So, by the way, if anybody's using Guardian, it's a good idea to restart your platform because luckily I wasn't in a trade. Like I just exited a trade and then like 10 seconds later the platform just like logged me out. So I'm guessing you probably have to refresh it every day just to be safe. But just a heads up. KSS, it's up 85% at $20. This thing started down at 10. It might already be done. So I'll keep my eyes on the scans, unless it goes to 30 or something, but it looks like it was the pre-market move here around 9:05, 9:06. Not bad. Not bad. There's 37 seconds to the open. 37 seconds. So let's trade to the best of our abilities. Let's be disciplined. If this is the only one in play, definitely I'm going to be sticking to small size. $20.95 for highs. It is wild so far. It is halting up though. Will it lock in? Honestly, I don't think it'll be easy to manage risk on this one. I'm kind of leaving it alone here. It looks like it might halt down there. False halt. Waiting. We've been getting something good after the open, so. I tried duplicating my positions window to have it down here, but for now, you know, for now we'll kind of just keep the scans on. At least we have the trades. HTOO. I mean, it's curled up a little bit from pre-market. It might halt up actually. 64. Will it lock in? The highs were 1065. It definitely is a little bit more thin. HTOO. Pull it up on screen in a sec. High is now at 1098 and halting up 1099. It might get locked in this time. Well, we've been seeing a move after the open for the first, let's say, like 25, 35 minutes. I think this might be it so far because we've also seen a halt in every one of those moves, I'd say, like the last 5 days. So we'll see. The chart definitely could be a little bit better, though, I will say, but we'll see. I did see it down at 10, but I don't think it was super obvious. But maybe I could have thrown out a starter position. So no trades as of yet. It is below the VWAP. VWAP is at 1140. So something to keep an eye out for. Potential resistance. Pre-market highs at 1521. 1521. So if it's really strong, maybe we can retest the pre-market highs. And honestly, I think for me, I mean, it's early. I don't want to take on too much risk. It's an $11 stock. So, if you're using thousands of shares and you're like not accurate with the entry, you'll be down a lot very quickly. So I'm thinking maybe like just a couple hundred shares just to see what it does. And if it continues and we get a second entry, then I can maybe size up a little bit more. But I'm just going to stick to a couple hundred shares. Two minutes 23 seconds. So I'm still using my DAS with my DAS through Guardian IVF. It doesn't have the countdown on the halt levels. So I'm using the old dash just to see the countdown. I mean, you can always do the math, but you know, I think this way it's a little easier. We got a minute 30 IVF, you know, it looks okay. Can we get a bounce off of 60s? All right, okay, that resumption is 30 seconds. Ten seconds. Well, that was not good. That was not good at all. Holy shit. Bro, I got cooked. Oh my god, bro. And that was so good. The move up was so good. I got too aggressive. Oh, I took the dip at 11 and I'm out at 74. And oh my god. I got caught twice. Damn, bro. Oh, I'm down 2K just like that. Holy shit. I after the trade of a couple hundred shares, which was like a good 25-cent winner, I sized up. Bro. Bro, come on. What is this? Yeah, we're in at 80, in at 60. Scratch trade initially. But back in at 83, out at 12, and then above 12. It looks like I got some bad fills there though. Bro, that is cooked. The first dip I took below 12. Fairly good fill right there. Bro, brother. I got filled high on the last one, but still, that's okay. Tried 1080. I'm in at 1109, which is not that bad if we're gonna see the bounce, but fuck me, brother. Not how I wanted to start this day, but okay. IVF. So this is not gonna be the strong one compared to other days where we had to halt up and then saw a good move. It's straight depths. Bro. Just seems so stupid. GVH. Let's see. Bro. The size, brother. IVF pushing up a little bit over 4, but the VWAP is at 420s. There was a seller there, it got through. I don't know about this GVH. Volume is pretty low. GVH is gonna have to gain volume to look good. It's at 991. I mean, I'll keep an eye, but we'll have to see after that last resumption. There's 10 seconds. It's at 991 GVH. Okay. Waiting for above 50. See, again, the small size trade is not a bad trade, right? Then right here is where I'd size up for the retest. And then, you know, Titanic. Exactly. Just like that. 950. Like holding up that low, that initial low to try again is just straight depths. So that's literally the same trade there. The first trade is a great trade of like 20, 30 cents or more, and then just Titanic. And my fills are just so bad too, looking at it. Bro, I'm buying the bit. I mean, I guess it's alright. It makes sense. I am buying the bitch though, but still. Maybe I can throw more orders on the ask. Like this is pretty terrible compared to what the stock actually did. I mean, I did get 61 for one exit, but like 40 right here is like crazy. So that is madness. Anyhow, what else is moving? GVH, HTOO. Let's see IVF, KSS as well. How are we doing? IVF did get back up there, so that was an aggressive red to green. KSS. That one had a tough sell off. Christmas tree style. Alright, I think I'll look at IVF and then. What about PLRZ? PLRZ is also going up. Bro. PLRZ highs of 130. IVF was also trying. PLRZ definitely seems a little bit more thick, but you know, it might still have some range. Now I'm kicking myself for sizing up on HTOO. The first trade smaller size to test the waters, a couple hundred shares. And then taking the follow through trade with more size. PLCE and IVF, similar areas below the VWAP. Yeah, okay. Hopefully this can break out. It's held up nicely there. Our current candle's red. We got a new candle coming in a couple minutes. So far it's holding up, fighting. Z-O-O-O-Z. Not much in that one. PLRZ. Okay, okay. That was interesting. It's a pretty high hold so far. It looks like the bigger sellers are not really meaning much. 90,000 shares there. Time 57. It's a good push. New highs. I gotta be, bro. I gotta be careful with these freaking orders. Like right there, I should have been out way more already. For some reason, I didn't get filled, which doesn't make sense. It's kind of weird. With all my hotkeys set up right there, it's like I shouldn't have any problems. $75. Is it worth one more? Stock is pretty strong. It's a pretty aggressive drop. So watching it here. I'm out flat. Retesting the lows. No bounce. VWAP is at 36. I'm watching the VWAP trade here. Bro. What's the okay, it's 10:05. This is quite the sell off to the VWAP. I'm still holding like a really small position, but and these dips are insane. I'm kind of stuck between taking the starter and then trying to take more size as we're basing out versus, you know, taking more size to start and then letting it run. Taking more size, you got to be more accurate, of course. But the issue with that, of course, is if you're not accurate, you're gonna lose. And then if you do take on the other side, if you take the starter, and then the stock gives a quick bottom, you're kind of stuck without size. So I'm thinking maybe like just chasing the move a little bit might make sense. We'll see if the early pullback comes. So right now I'm asking myself, is the stock still strong? That's the question I'm asking myself here. Initially on the first drop to 50, I'm like, yeah, we're still looking pretty good. We had a low of 39. So, I'm asking myself if we look good now still to potentially take another entry. Hitting the wrong hotkeys here. Well, I got 55, but no size. No size. And then even there, right? If I was to take a starter there, even if I was to take a regular size starter there, Again, this dip is up so quickly that like to get size there is just tough. You gotta just slam like 10k size or something to try to get anything. And we're basically back close to high of day off of that move down. Bro, this is madness. Time. Oh. No, it's not going. Saying we had a low of 46. $15 to the new candle on the one. I still think the stock is strong overall. We're definitely still in consolidation. We've gotten lower highs the last couple of candlesticks on the one. It's been holding fairly high compared to the last like actual lows. I mean, I guess. I mean, it's a couple cents off. It is a cheaper stock though, so a couple of cents could be a decent amount. New candle coming in. Could be interesting here. Can we hold the line? Oh, bro, there's no way I'm missing this. I got stuffed out at 55, at the bottom of that candlestick. Of the last candlestick. Come on. Well, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I am cooked for the day. $82 for the highs. Bro. Not good missing that. I maybe needed a wider stop. I was in like 58, 59 area. Somewhere there. 59, maybe 60 fill. So it's a rejection of the highs. Man, what a fucking day. I don't like that sell off right there. I mean, we had everything to go for new highs. It didn't. Maybe too much selling or profit taking. ZOOZ hitting scans. Volume isn't really coming in there, so it might not be as good. HTOO at the lows, curling up a little bit. You know, this type of chart, can we really break out? Bro, I'm like, yeah, definitely furious here. As we know, it's not personal, but to get stopped out of the low of that candlestick, man, and then miss the move. I bought back 66, 67. A bit of a higher fill, didn't hold the trade. Got filled 70, 71. Bro, I'll be back in like a good minute. Don't worry, I'm good. Just a bit of a frustrating day, especially with the loss earlier. How did we finish up on that one? That was HTO. Yeah, okay. Small red to green. Again, you know, maybe too much conviction. The last 4 or 5 days, 6 days, we've had at least one stock after the open be strong within the first like 5 to 10 minutes. Most of them had a halt going up early. So maybe a little too much size after the first trade there. You know, at the end of the day, you got to look at yourself first, right? Did I skip steps? Did I perhaps go up too much in size without building a cushion first? The answer is yes. See, that's the thing, though, with trading, right? Is that on some of the prior days, we needed to size up earlier to get more of the move quicker. And we're kind of like too slow to size up. Trading does this thing to you, man, especially when you're in this like slower patches, the drawdowns, to try to make you lose your character. But I already know all the tricks. You know, even stopping out at the bottom of that candlestick before the big move up. Everything to get you frustrated to do something that you wouldn't normally do. But it's like, for me, it's this, you know, and this is kind of how I am in these situations. It's like, there's like a smile on my face because it's like so comical. It's like, it's unreal, you know? And then you start to feel like you're in this, like, let's call it like a limbo, like a loop of like the same nonsense Like this today is this every day the last like 3, 4 weeks, 4 months. Like just nonsense for one reason or another, whether it's me, the market, both. So, sticking to one thing, of course, sticking to one thing, as in like your approach and being consistent with that, despite the market, changing up. Still got to build a cushion, still got to take it slow, increase the size slowly, not jump in size. Bro. I'm going insane. Now, after today's trading, I definitely got to go sign up for a boxing class. Where's Enzo? I need the MMA. TLRZ. One of the students that came on the last trip was showing us some MMA and grappling techniques. Also, Tim as well. Tim was former wrestler. PLRZ doesn't really look that good. Not right now. Bro, this is insane. This might be... Well, it's definitely different from the last, like, drawdown. And that was like 4 or 5 years ago. From October to February. Different reasons, I'd say, but still, nevertheless, you feel pretty, miserable. But you have to keep your head up still, and not do anything out of character. Being down 2K today is not what I would have wanted. Yesterday it makes more sense, like testing out the hotkeys, getting everything right. Maybe a little bit more of an expensive lesson indeed. But today, brother, today there is no excuse. And these are some nice dips on that's like that resumption trade, for example, Both the dips failing into the halt down. Tough. So staying consistent with the rules, with the strategy, that's ultimately the best way to break free and not improvise along the way. I gotta duplicate. So yesterday I mentioned that my positions window, I need it close to my level 2. So I pulled it up to the other screen today, but I'm trying to duplicate it so that I can still have it open up at like the bottom here. I did get one to answer in the chat on how to do it, but it didn't work. So I'll have to try again, maybe after the stream. I did go into settings and, other configurations, hitting allow for duplicate windows of positions and I think accounts windows as well. But then hitting the hotkey to duplicate isn't working. Works on my level 2 and so forth, but not on the actual positions window. Usually with other platforms like E-Trade, you can just like click on it and it just opens up another one. So I'll figure it out though. Yeah, DFLI cheaper stock, sub $1. Maybe time to go back to Thinkorswim account. But then again, I don't want to like. I mean, 2 days on the other account is like, we said 1 week here and then 1 week in Sage. Gotta stick to it. Gotta stick to it. So here's the damage. Completely cooked. Completely and utterly cooked. Oh, I guess that doesn't really enlarge it, but right here. I don't even know if this account is so, and I got to be careful about this too because I gotta call and find out what's their minimum because my account is only over. I think you need 30,000. My account only is at like 31, so I'm probably below the level now, which is not good. VPR. Safe. Why did this guy post that? Hmm. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna do it live. I'm gonna get back to green live. Not today, of course. I mean, it depends on if something really good comes, but we got to get back to our winning ways of before you even wake up. You're gonna be up 3K before your feet even touch the ground. Pre-market right now also a little on the slower side, but then again, I'm in the bathroom. This is again in the drawdowns you can't take it personal because I've had plenty of green days, big green days where I stepped away and the stock was still moving. So you can't be upset if you take a bathroom break and the stock went, right? It's like that has nothing to do with you or you being in a drawdown. That's just stocks are going to be moving, right? As long as the market is open. So I did miss KSS. I left at 8:56, 8:57 to use the bathroom. Yeah, maybe this one, might have been pretty good. I don't know. It really comes down to the price action, though, but we did have a steady move here. Started off a little slower and then around 9:10 gained more volume. I came out of the bathroom at 12 and then I restarted my Thinkorswim. So probably like 15, I'm logged back in and it's like, stock is up at $15. Sometimes, again, our strategy does allow us to be able to jump in a little higher like this. But I always have a hard time like showing up so late to the stock. A lot of the times too, we start to like Christmas tree after a certain point. Like we kind of get to that high point and then that's it. But you know, maybe got to be a little bit more aggressive to take a starter, or just to see, right? Because in this case, from 1550, we did still go to 20, so might have still been something to get out of the stock. That's the point of the starter, anyways. So you don't lose anything big if it is the backside already. So some people are watching DFLI. Nothing else really hitting the scans as of yet. For months on end, you'd like, months on end. I mean, maybe even years on end. You just wake up, and it's like you just know, like you're gonna see another 2-3K in your trading account extra. And now we're in the depths. Red day recap. PL is yarded, bounce up a little bit. PL, well, I keep saying PLZR, PLRZ. So I might be dyslexic apparently, maybe. Or I'm not taking my time to read the letters properly. Maybe that's what it is. As long as that has nothing to do with dementia, I think I'll be fine. Hopefully there's no correlation. The pastor must be able to retain the info. Can you imagine trading at the age of like 90? I think that could be like a first world record or something. Not really seeing any other call outs or anything else. Checking the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I don't think I mentioned it. Bro, I'm down like 2K in the depths. Lost on the resumption trade on HTOO. Two good sized losses. Buying what I thought was two sweet dips. Sized up after a nice winning trade to start. And I had the intuition that we're going to pull back, which is the tough part about it. I'm in my mind, I'm like, yep, here we go. I'm like, give it to me. Give me that sweet dip. And then it flushes down $1 a share and I'm in. And then I blink and look back. We're down another $1 a share. Then I said, okay, I'll take the new bottom then. And then we're down again. And I'm like, we're halting down. I'm like, what's happening here? I had all the signs I needed. Yeah, PLRZ is kind of still fighting back. It's that head and shoulder pattern is kind of there though. The head and shoulder pattern is somewhat there. Here, let me pull it on screen. I keep forgetting to put over the main stock on this screen here. At least the most relevant stock that's moving. Could be head and shoulders though. At this rate, I gotta invite Ross to the next team house. And then I gotta look over his shoulders to learn a new trick or two for the pre-market and the open, because El Pastor is in the depths. BGL. I need to take a look at those hotkeys. I need to take a look at those hotkeys, brother. Like, this is not cool. So I'm gonna go to my thing here. Like, look at this sideways. I mean, it is a drawdown, is what it is. I'll have to add another 4K to it after these 2 days. Like, complete depths. I gotta look over Save's shoulder as he trades at the next team house, because this is not what I want to see here. I need to be going up and away. So yeah, this is, it's like one of the longest. My gosh, bro. I gotta import. I gotta even figure out how to import from this platform too, is another thing. It's like you gotta have patience too, but man, it feels like eternity anytime you go through sideways and down period. So now I gotta add a minus 4K, which is like this. But we need to be in this same type of trend like this, like just uptrending, even if it's a slower uptrend like this. Any uptrend over this nonsense here. And biggest drawdown. We are. I'm kind of being a little dramatic, but still, I'm being a little dramatic. Maybe too dramatic. Maybe I need to cheer up. Remind myself of the good. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Maybe I gotta cheer up. Like I'm so ready to just see the next hot cycle. Linear moves, stocks going from 5 to 10 to 15, holding up, consistent momentum, not only for just one day randomly, but the usual for weeks on end, months on end, so that when you show up, there's no need to hesitate because the stocks are holding up all the key levels. And then to take even more size. I think if we had the same type of momentum, as in like linear momentum, this year I could have easily did over 1 million. Like I was certain that I was gonna do over 1 million. Certain, like because the size, like we were finally ready for more size. Last year we had so many solid days. Like every day that I had last year where I made more than like 2 or 3K is a day where we caught some really big moves. Especially like those 5 to 8K days. It's like you caught a nice dollar a share move. And maybe 2,500 shares, 2K shares, 3K shares. But this was the year to put 20K shares into that same trade. And 10x those days into 50K days, 30K days. It can happen very quickly when that type of size is there. Of course, there's risk too, but we were looking forward to it, and now we have this slower patch. I mean, it is like night and day slower. It's still opportunities, but it's like way slower. There's still opportunities still, which is the key part is that even with the limited opportunities, still walking away with something. STAK, HTOO still going down. This is 1050. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Will we see something else? Probably not. I'm not really trading sub $1. I mean, if there's a really good setup, I don't mind, but it needs to be clean. I think I might call it. Do I think hyper scalping is dead? I don't think so. No, I don't think hyper scalping is dead. A longer hold time though is important, and by longer I mean, let's say we're holding for 3 to 10 seconds. I think holding for 3 to like 40 seconds might make more sense depending on the trade. And even for me, I need to hold a little longer in some areas, especially. Definitely, in some trades, I'm out within like 4 or 5 seconds, and then in the next 5 seconds, the stock kind of curls up some more. So, extending the whole time in other situations, you're seeing maybe after like a 25, 30 second, hold, then we're pushing up versus where we'd see a more immediate reaction. Like yesterday on that resumption was actually um, a good callback, right? We dipped down, I think, to 550, and where we would like, because the volume usually is so high in these areas, there's like almost no pause, no time. It stickled there for like a good 6 to 8 seconds before ripping to six. And I'm in at the bottom and like, okay, nothing is happening here. I'm like, okay, I'll take the scratch trade flat. And then the stock then goes. I'm like, man. So with trades like that, I mean, the risk is always on the other side, but if the volume isn't as immediate, then that's kind of like the change. Um, I would say on top of that, like we gotta watch out because some things are not as clean. I'd say. I think that's part of like the slower market that we're in. And then something that's really big in hotter markets is the confidence because the stocks are holding up consistently. So usually when the wind is to your back, there's no second guessing as to if a move is going to be good or strong. So I sized up on this resumption earlier and got cooked. Typically in a hotter market too, the opportunities are more frequent. So okay, you start the day down 2K, it kind of doesn't really mean anything because there's going to be like 2 or 3 more stocks before the day is over. Versus in a colder market, maybe there might be one more opportunity if we're lucky. And between now and 4 p.m., you kind of have to like really wait. And like, if it does come, you can't miss it. If nothing comes, then you have to wait for the next day. But last year in some instance, or let's say most of the times, really, if pre-market was somewhat decent, it's gonna be a good 9:30 to 12, and then DFLI pushing up, and then we'll get like a wave. The first wave, which will go from like 9:30 to 10:30, maybe like a 5 to 10, 15 minute pause, and then a new wave, like a new stock or two, and then a third wave, and then from there the afternoon slows down a little bit, and then picks up at 1, 2 p.m. power hour. So some people will just stay there till. I know one person that was going from 4 to 8 p.m. every day, which was crazy, but I make 10K a month from YouTube. Oh, I wish, brother. I make like $200 a month from YouTube. YouTube doesn't really pay a lot. I mean, well, it does. It does if you're like, we did the math one time, right? I get paid between like 200 and like $400, like somewhere there. Like varies. It depends on your. I think it's referred to as CPM, and then how many views you're also getting. Subscribers doesn't really count. It's just more so people who can maybe see your content again, which can help with views. But the retention of the views, the viewer, and then the CPM. So the CPM is essentially how much you're going to be paid per every 1,000 views for one ad. So different fields will have different CPMs, and it kind of depends on your channel as well. Two people in the same field can have a different CPM depending on the content, the channel, things like that. It varies. It varies like significantly, but for me to be making like 10K a month, I'd need Let me see. I'd need at least like three million views. A is it a day? Hold on. I'm gonna have to like look. I think I would need like 3 million views a day. No. A month. Like 3 million views a month, I think, to make that. Which I'm like not even like close. See, if you want to see how much your favorite YouTuber is making, here I'll give you guys this website. If you guys want to see how much money your favorite YouTuber is making, take a look at this website here. It's called Social Blade. You can even search up mine if you want. YouTube, like people on YouTube, for example, if we're to look at like Mr. Beast, like look at Mr. Beast, right? This is like the top YouTuber right now. It's averaging. Well, this is a pretty wide range here, actually. I mean, he's definitely making, closer to this, like 16 million a month. Definitely, it's definitely not nowhere near 900,000 for his like channel and views. 1 million subscribers a day, whatever. Yeah, this guy's making like 16 million a month and like 140 million a year. Mr. Beast. Now El Pastor, on the other hand, let's see, let's pull it up. Where is it? It's not even showing me. I can't even find myself here. Do I need to refresh? Yeah, I guess it's like fairly accurate, right? $20 to $400 a month, somewhere there, which is fairly accurate. Fairly accurate. So YouTube, I mean, I guess I get something there, right, for a Happy Meal, but and this is what you call transparency, by the way. The transparency. Also, it depends on if you even monetize your videos. That's another thing, and how many ads you put on one video. All those things will matter. Sometimes you might have somebody that will put one ad. Sometimes there might be more than one ad, maybe 3 or 4. And sometimes I've looked back at videos and YouTube has had like 20 ads on a video. And I don't think they will ever show that many ads. It's like an ad every like second or something. I'll have to like delete them. I'm pretty sure if somebody clicks on the video, they're not going to be watching all ads, right? So it'll probably still just show maybe 3, if anything. I'm not sure how it really. So I've had a YouTube Premium, which is no ads for like years. So I don't even know how it works. Which is probably why I've also never seen the ads that people stole from me, until like you guys say, hey, someone stole an ad, and then we try to report it and get it down. So I would need 3 million views a month to make 10K from YouTube. Gotta go viral. Gotta go viral. I'm getting ready to shut it down. Yeah, everyone is using a different platform. I mean, YouTube. I guess there's you can always do more, right? That's one thing. Whether it's trading, YouTube, whatever else it might be, you can always do more. Yeah, and sponsors is also another part of it. But if we're talking just ad revenue, so sponsorship, so there's this guy named does like podcasting and other stuff. His name is Mike Malak. This guy like hangs out with like Logan Paul and like these other guys. So I saw a podcast. So I'm watching Graham Stephan, which a lot of you guys might know. He does like financial content, and Mike is saying that he for per video that he does for his vlogs, he just like shows lifestyle stuff, things like this. Per vlog, he's getting between 30 to 90,000 per video on sponsorship, excluding ad revenue. And that is more than the ad revenue for sure. QVCGA 5 symbol stock. I did notice it, but I haven't looked at one of these in a long, long time. Maybe it halts up at 533. So you can uh you can do well off the sponsorships depending on, who's looking to run ads through you directly. This thing is actually moving. QVCGA. Is it tradable? It's five symbols. I'm definitely willing to add. The VWAP though all the way down at 58. I wouldn't expect a pullback of that size, but you just gotta be careful still. Oh shoot, wrong hotkey. Nice trade there. There's a high of 60. I definitely need to be more aggressive, I feel, you know? Um, like in the front side move like this. I mean, it's a little bit of a weird stock being this 5 symbol. We haven't seen one in so long, but probably could have did a better job with that initial starter that I had. It might be coming down a bit more. Gotta get better with my hotkeys. Need need to be a little quicker with the analysis as well. I mean, I knew I wanted size there, you know. This candle is still fairly young. The candle on the 5 is still fairly young. It is red. That wasn't the best fills on that ad. Is it a bluff? It is. Yeah, I got to take a little bit more size though in some of these front side dips. So again, it's the predicament, right? Like trying to scale up slowly versus trying to be a little bit more aggressive earlier and trying to get that good balance. The VWAP pullback. Granted, our 5-minute candle was struggling, so. I forgot. Oh yeah, you were talking about the YouTube ad revenue. Again, that website, it's not going to be super accurate, but it'll give you a little something. I think I am out like south. I am out like south. For those of you who are checking out the chat room, usually we're starting around 7 a.m. Most people who are trading pre-market are here 7 and then 8. So don't be shy to jump in the conversation early. For everyone else who's on the live stream, we'll catch you guys later. For those of you in the chat room, I will be around. Likewise with the other traders here. Yeah, I'll catch you guys later. I'll make a recap here around 12:30 market time. Early recap today. All right. I'll catch you guys later. I'm out like south. My entry, so to explain again, my positions window, which is this window here, I want to have it in this area, but I got to figure out how to duplicate it. This other window to the right, this white window, is my entries and exits. But until I can figure out how to duplicate this, I need it up here next to my level 2. Like I need it right here. It has to be right here. This is where I'm like used to seeing it, even on like TD, like activities and positions. So I need this window right here at all times. If I can't duplicate it, I can't duplicate it. But I'll try to. I've been trying. I'll ask around in the chat some more just to see. There has to be a way to do it. There's another window that I could drag down, but it shows a little too much information. Like I can't ever have my balance in my account showing because it's a security question. And best to be safe than sorry as a live streamer, right? If you're live streaming, you kind of have to like be safe in that aspect, just because you just never know, right? But in terms of like the position window, I'm gonna try to have it like in this area here on screen. But We'll figure it out for tomorrow. But yeah, catch you guys later. Catch you guys later. Are some of you guys listening? Are people listening and not watching? I'm curious. I'm showing my P&L on the screen here, and people are asking. Red day recap minus 2K. I'm not. Maybe some people are listening in as well. Could be the case. So they're not looking at the screens. But anyhow, it's tomorrow again. Recap will be out within an hour and a half time. Stay safe, stay green. Actually, this doesn't look bad. Maybe we'd leave this orange gap right here too. Or pink rather. See you guys tomorrow.